Go to your kitchen right now, grab a bottle of water, flip it over. Somewhere on that plastic you will find a date, an expiration date, on water. This is the water that has been sitting in underground aquifers for thousands of years. It literally fell from the sky, filtered through rock, and survived millennia without going bad. And somehow a company is telling you it expires in 18 months. That does not make sense, does it? Because here is the thing. The water is not expiring. Something else is. Once you understand what is really happening, you will never look at a plastic bottle the same way again. Welcome to Plain Sight. Let's get the obvious question out of the way. Can water go bad? Pure water, chemically speaking, is two hydrogen atoms bonded to one oxygen atom. That molecular structure does not break down over time. It does not rot. It does not spoil. Water pulled from a sealed underground spring today is chemically identical to water that has been trapped there since before humans existed. So no, water itself does not expire. The bottle does. Most bottled water comes in containers made from a plastic called PET, polyethylene terephthalate. It is lightweight, cheap, and crystal clear. But PET has a secret. It is not perfectly stable. Over time, especially when exposed to heat or direct sunlight, the plastic begins to slowly break down. When it does, tiny chemical compounds from the bottle start migrating into the water. One of the most studied of these is antimony, a heavy metal used during the manufacturing of PT plastic. In small doses, it is considered safe. But as months pass and temperatures rise, the concentration increases. The water has not changed. The container is slowly dissolving into it. Now, here is where it gets interesting. That printed expiration date? In most countries, no law actually requires bottled water to have one. So why do companies put it there? The answer is surprisingly practical. Most bottled water is produced in the same factories, on the same bottling lines as sodas, juices, and flavored drinks. Those products absolutely do expire. Their sugars break down, and their flavors degrade. Regulatory agencies require expiration dates on those beverages. Rather than running two completely separate labeling systems, one for perishable drinks and one for water, manufacturers just stamp the same expiration date on everything that rolls off the line. It is cheaper, it is simpler, and it avoids the headache of accidentally shipping a juice box without a date. But there is another reason, and this one is about taste. Water does not spoil, but it can go stale. Leave a glass of water sitting on your nightstand overnight, and take a sip in the morning. It tastes flat, maybe slightly off. That is because water absorbs carbon dioxide from the air, forming tiny amounts of carbonic acid. It also absorbs odors from its surroundings. A bottle of water stored in a garage next to paint cans and gasoline for 2 years is technically safe, but it will taste like a chemistry experiment. The expiration date is really a quality guarantee. The company is saying that before this date, they promise it will taste the way water should. There is also a legal shield built into that tiny printed number. If a customer complains that their water tastes strange or makes them feel unwell, the first thing the company checks is the date. If it is past expiration, the liability shifts. The company can argue the product was consumed outside its guaranteed window. That little date protects the brand as much as it protects the consumer. Now, does any of this mean old bottled water is dangerous? For the most part, no. Studies have shown that bottled water stored at room temperature for years beyond its printed date still falls within safe limits for chemical contamination. The risk increases with heat and time, but you would have to leave a bottle baking in a hot car for a very long time before levels became truly concerning. The bigger risk with old water is not chemicals. It is contamination after the seal is broken. Once you twist that cap open, bacteria from your mouth, your hands, and the air begin colonizing the water. A half-finished bottle left in a warm car for a few days becomes a tiny ecosystem. That is when water can actually make you sick. So here is the simple truth. The expiration date on bottled water is not about the water dying. It is about the plastic slowly breaking down. It is about taste fading, factories streamlining, and companies covering themselves legally. The water molecule itself is essentially immortal. It is the packaging that has a shelf life. The next time someone tells you their bottled water is expired, tell them the water is fine. It's the bottle they should worry about. If that changed how you see something as simple as a water bottle, hit the like button and subscribe to Plain Sight for more hidden stories behind everyday things. Because sometimes the answers are hiding right there on the label. Thanks for watching. Shares.